Hi, my name is Isabel Leal, and today I'll be presenting the research I made on the topic of composition and relation with materials in the construction field. For us to get how the composition of a structure is made, we will have to understand it from a chemical point of view. For example, the steel, concrete, copper, etc. Chemistry isn't just limited to scientists, labs, and beakers. It is also used to create materials that grant buildings with enhanced building performance, enables energy and resource conservation, and facilitates materials that are easy to install and maintain. For the application and important facts, chemistry and basic science in general are not cultural complements but form a truly important basis in order to produce a workforce of versatile and open minded engineer professionals, able to adapt to scientific and technological innovations. What makes materials what they're in chemistry? The composition, structure, and properties. Chemistry related traits such as density, reflectiveness, adhesiveness, viscosity, and thermal properties not only define what materials are, but also what role they can play in the construction of a building. Indeed, the materials must ultimately have chemistry with each other to act as the elemental molecules to make up a building and determine to a significant degree how it can perform. For the structure and nomenclature, the iron carbon alloy is the base material of steel. The proportion of carbon in the alloy determines the initial strength and ductility, the ability to be drawn into wire or to be worked. When the alloy has a larger proportion of carbon in it, the steel is stronger. However, it is less ductile than a lower of carbon alloy. After the iron carbon alloy has been refined to the desired ratio of a carbon to iron, additional materials may be added to enhance the characteristics of the final steel alloy. So this will all depends on what it's going to be used for. What do I find intriguing or interesting about the topic? Well, how we can make some compounds for columns, buildings, bridges, cars, etc. So we can have a good infrastructure that is strong as well as solid in the cases of earthquakes, hurricanes, or any other casualties. Also, I find very intriguing how engineers have made up their minds into incredibly strong structures in weather such like Miami's, Dubai's, and San Francisco. For example, we can use the Burj Al Khalifa, the tallest building in the world, which it's kind of composed with different kinds of steel and other materials to be able to stand the weather of Dubai. So Dubai can go from really hot to really cold and tropical storms. So of course there's controversy. For example, when the World Trade Center was built, the workers had to excavate and fill the bases to prevent the basement of floating thanks to the Hudson River. So we needed more concrete to keep still. So when the 9/11 attack happened, the subway or any underground situation that was going on do not flood because of the strong bases. Another example will be the General Rafael Urdaneta Bridge, which is known to be one of the largest of concrete and greatest of the world. The engineer Ricardo Morandi came up with the idea of using pre-stressed concrete, and one of the great benefits of it is the elimination of cracks from all of the load stages. This is a chemical process in which expansion of concrete with special additives can be used to generate tension in the reinforcement and pre-stress in the concrete. So how is civil engineering related to chemistry? To wrap it up, we come up that civil engineers tend to pay more attention to the properties of materials as they are than about the way they change and react with each other. But the materials don't know this, and they quite inconsiderately change and react with each other and with the environment. Civil engineers need to understand the chemistry of corrosion, the chemistry of concrete, in order to succeed in their field. Thank you so much for listening. Here's my email if you have any further questions or you just want to leave the feedback. Also, you can do it through the comments. Um, Hope you've liked it.